Welcome to another Winning Ways show, and with me today is Alistair Cohen, the commentator, presenter, all-round man who's down in KZN. Thanks very much.
Lef, thanks so much for having me. I've always wanted to come on the show. It's my debut. Love watching it on a Monday night.
Yeah.
What you and James have to talk about. Always good entertainment, lots of honesty. And
Yeah, we tell it like it is. It's got us into trouble a couple of times, so we've had our wings clipped.
Yes.
But we've been doing it for 12 years.
But trouble's good.
In a way,
Yes.
in a way. Depends whose feathers you ruffle. But James is not here. He's back next week. I think he flies back into the country. He's actually gone overseas to represent his school in a bisexual tug-of-war tournament. It's the last time he pulled a woman.
Yes. Is that so?
That's where he is.
Oh, wow.
So he'll be back. But
The scary part about that is that he's still in school.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. He's... a lot of people thought he was spud when the book was written.
Oh, really?
That's right. That was his school.
Is that your conspiracy or is that a few people's
That's
conspiracy?
his conspiracy. Just his.
Okay.
Just his. He's a theorist, that guy. Absolutely. But talking sport, obviously the cricket is now starting to come to a head. What's your take?
My take is that India still look hard to beat. Even though they lost to England
Yes.
yesterday, I don't think India tried particularly hard.
I think they tried. I think it was a hell of a target. They gave away too many runs early. It just shows not many teams can chase down 300.
That's also true, because before the World Cup, lots of pundits were saying, well, 400 is going to be on the cards on those flat English decks, because England, let's be honest, made it look easy last summer when they took on Pakistan and Australia. They were making 400 at will, places like Trent Bridge
Yes,
and at
yes.
the Oval as well. It just shows in pressure situations when the games really matter. Yes, you're right, getting to 300 is a tough task. But
Tough task.
with 10 overs to go, Dhoni looked off colour. Rohit Sharma played a ridiculous shot to get out. And
They
lack a
got
bit of
back up.
firepower.
Even Pant playing his first game. He went to a stupid ball. You know what you can remember? The funny thing I've learnt over the years, Test cricket. Test cricket in England, Lords and the Oval in London.
Yes.
They're flat. They want people there for 5 days. It's a money turner. That pitch is always flat. You go to the others, you get 3-day results, 4-day results. But in London, expect if you've got a fifth-day ticket, you're going.
I remember Trent Bridge a few years ago when Australia were last there for the Ashes, when Stuart Broad ripped through Australia, knocked them over for, I think, less than 50. I mean, that was one hell of a spell. But, with regards to the World Cup, Australia scare me because
Good side.
I don't think they've actually hit their straps. Yes, Mitchell Stark has been unplayable.
Yeah.
But the other bowlers, Berendorf's come into the side and he's been a revelation. But the other bowlers have lacked a bit of spark. And then they've been reliant on Finch for a lot of the World Cup.
Warner gets him on the front foot.
Yes.
He's an aggressive opener and he gets him on the front. So they're a very
I still
good team.
don't think he's at his peak, Warner.
Maybe not. He's got good scores. You know, he's a good team. Is New Zealand.
Yeah, dangerous.
Obviously, dangerous team.
They've got the bowlers. Lockie Ferguson can hit 150.
Yeah.
Bolt can swing it all over the place, and Kane Williamson for me is great batsman.
Yeah, great player. Tell me your take on the final four teams.
Final four, I think they'll stay the same. I think England did enough yesterday to stay in the top four. India will make it. Australia have already made it, and I think New Zealand will make it. Even though they've got a tough game coming up against England, and if results don't go the way of those
If
two
Bangladesh
teams,
win 2, they could sneak above them.
can they win 2? They've got Pakistan to come.
They're a good team, Bangladesh. Very good batsmen. Very good.
Shakib Al Hassan, probably been the player of the World Cup so far.
And now let's talk women's soccer.
Yes.
Tuesday night is England versus the USA. It's turned out to be a bit of a grudge match. The USA players all went to the English hotel when they were out training and walked around the hotel.
Really?
They said it was completely inappropriate and it made the news. So there's a bit of a stir. The Yanks are trying to win it for a fourth time.
I've been impressed with what I've seen with the Lionesses.
Yeah.
Because every time they step through another round of the Women's World Cup, okay, this is it, this is that test, and they get through it easily. Last, I think they beat Norway in the quarterfinals.
Comfortably.
Thrashed them 3-0.
Comfortably.
Scandinavian teams in Women's World Cup, very, very strong. Now they've got it. Listen, USA are probably the trendsetters when it comes to Women's World Cup.
Yeah, looking for their fourth.
Yeah.
So that's very, very interesting. And that's basically our sport.
Super
at the
Rugby.
moment. Yeah, Super
Crusaders
Rugby.
and the Hug Warriors in the final.
Yeah, I thought 12.5 points plus Hurricanes was a good bet. I took that. And they were 3 minutes from getting the try and winning the game, you know, when he knocked on the scrum off. So
Crusaders know how to do it. I think that's key.
They got the recipe. It's a habit.
I'm looking forward to seeing the coach breakdance after they win the title again.
They might not win.
They might not win. That is the Argentinian national side.
Yeah,
the
just
Jaguars.
about. Just about. Very good side. Very good. All right, let's go and look at our 3 to follow. Right, the first of our 3 to follow comes in on Tuesday, the 25th of June, down in Cape Town. And a horse called It's Complex came out making his debut. And It's Complex is by Dynasty. Sorry, but it's from Drakenstein. It's by Silvana out of a Fortwood mare. And no, let me get it right. It's by Dynasty. I'll go back to my notes. It's by Dynasty. This is the Ridgemont Highlands horse. And out of a Spectrum mare. And this is its debut. Let's have a look at its complex.
Yeah, cracking run here, Paul, out of stallgate number 1. I think what punters need to remember is that the going at Kenilworth has been rather inconsistent. Some days they're all trotting up on the outside, and some days they're trotting up on the inside. It seemed like last Tuesday the inside was the superior going. And it's complex, bred for much further. It's a full sister, it's a Flying Fable from the Azzy stable, and she's competed at a fairly high level. And also, considering she's by Dynasty, she's not going to be winning her big races down the straight anywhere in the country. So a lot to look forward to. And Vaughan Marshall's got a very nice crop of 2-year-olds, as he always does.
Yeah, he always does. He's a very good trainer. He's got this. I think they paid $500,000 for it. The race is won by a horse called Mac Thief for Brett Crawford and Pierre Cornet-Orfer. As you can see in the head-on, is that our friend Salt trying it down the outside?
That's Salt, still a maiden on the outside, going great guns. Didn't quite kick on over the latter stages. Destruction Boy, the runner-up, has been a maiden for a while. He's had his chances. Probably ran his best race here. And Mac Thief, I remember Anton went down to ride him on debut. He ran 4th.
Yes.
And that was one that went into the notebook. I actually, to be fair, didn't think he'd kick on enough to win this race on this occasion. I thought he'd run much closer than he did on debut, but he still did enough. It's interesting that the 2-year-olds are coming to the party as early as they are. I mean, listen, if you're older than a 2-year-old and you're still a maiden at this time of year, you're a maiden for a reason. But with that said, the 2-year-olds look tough and ready this season.
Yeah, you bear in mind they're a month from being 3.
That's also true.
Sun Monarch won the B division, I think in February, so, yeah, early days. It used to be done a lot. We used to have a new nursery on the 1st of January in this province. So the 2-year-olds worldwide, they get rolling. So if you've got a good 2-year-old, I think you'll beat a struggling maiden 3 and 4-year-old. So it's complex. Keep an eye on that. We stay at the same race course for our next one of the day. And this is the one that I was getting to you, the Drakenstein horse, Duchess of State. And this was a sparkling performance, wasn't it?
Yeah, cracking debut. After watching this race again, Laf, I got more excited about this horse's future because she was nowhere. Even 200 metres to go, looked like she'd run 5th, and she flew right at the end. Cracking run behind Italia from the Adam Marcus stable. Adam striking at a very high strike rate this season.
He's doing very well.
Very, very well. When he gets more horses, you'll know about him. You'll be visiting the Winners' Enclosure a lot. And yeah, this could be a form line to follow.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's have a look at this race. It's a Silvana out of a Fortwood mare, and this comes from Drakenstein. You'll recognise the famous Silks. And as I say, we'll get the race any moment. All our 3 to follows are coming out of draw 1 today, so very easy to follow. I think half a length slow, this horse. And funnily enough, the pace is on. And at the critical stage, Victoria Power shoots clear, but there are a couple of finishes here.
Yeah, quite right. I mean, Italia was one of them, and so was Duchess of State. I'd love to actually see the 400 to finish time because I think Duchess of State was in a seriously quick time. Entitled to be green on debut.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to get too many babies that come out and know exactly what to do first time around. The winner's on the inside, the blue cap with the green body and the yellow hoop. And the horse that we won at Earmark is completely out the picture. There she is towards the back of the field.
That's Lalo.
Yeah.
Lala's given it a bit of a chance. And
this horse in front, Victoria Tower, the mother, Europa Point, won the Empress Club under Anton Marcus at Turfington under the lights.
All pedigree here.
As you'd expect, Cape Town, very, very well-bred horses in Cape Town. They don't muck around.
That's right. And here this horse has got clear. Now the winner, Italia, comes down the inside in the blue cap. Quite a gutsy performance because it goes through on the fence. But have a look at the Drakenstein Silks, the blue ones in roughly 5th or 6th with Lyle. And as Alistair said, it wasn't going to place.
No, still swerving. 200 metres left to go. Where's she? 5th?
Yeah.
5th or so. And also shows a lot of heart. I mean, on debut, it must be tough for a newcomer to run through a gap. That must be pretty scary. And look how she acquits herself right to the end. And a few more strides, to be fair.
She would have won.
She would have won.
Yeah, very smart. Duchess of State. Very smart debut. And again, as I say, another one coming out of Trap 1. And those are our 2 that we're going to show you from the Cape Province. And let's have a look at the Vaal. This was Thursday, the 27th of June. We found another horse who finishes like a train. Also draw 1. Have a look at this horse, Blue Spark. State Canal wins it. But Blue Spark slightly slowed down the inside.
Yeah, and this horse also runs on really well. Behind a horse that has been overdue. I remember Stake and Ale, I called his debut. I thought, this will win soon. Took him a while to get there, but he found some hot races along the way, lad.
Yeah.
And he finally got his chance here, but he was also out of it. 400 metres out was Blue Spark and really finished nasty. Alec Laird and Raymond Danielson have a good thing going. They had a high strike rate this season as well. So another thing with Alec, they'll improve as time goes on. Good trainer.
Very good
I was actually looking at the Wall of Honour in the classic room earlier today. Saw London News in there with the Jaffe colours. That of course was
Memorable horse.
Great horse. Pure Stratum. Was that also drawn?
When he won overseas, Dougie, who rode him?
Dougie White. Yeah.
Dougie White. Yeah, I remember because David Raphael called the race.
Yeah. That was when I decided that's what I want to do. Commentate.
Not right. But there we go. We'll find this horse Blue Spark starting to make ground up the middle to the outside, towards the outside.
Yeah.
And
there are a few here that I think you can follow. I mean, even a horse like Swagger Jagger had a horrible draw. You can't be drawn badly on the classic race. You just can't. That's the death knell. But on debut, Swagger Jagger ran a very nice race behind a cock-trained horse. And then even a horse like Enrique, I think, can kick on and be okay. Yeah, so there are a few in here that we can watch. The Forerunner, Paul Peters' horse. They backed that like they knew the result in his debut.
He's having a good trot.
He's having a very good trot. They backed it like they knew the result on debut. Did nothing.
Look at this horse fly.
Nice run from Blue Spark. And it's a Cape Town Noir as well.
Yes.
And there was a nice Cape Town Noir that won at Turfentine over the weekend as well from the Yazzie stable. So
he was a good racehorse, Cape Town.
Glad to see him producing.
Glad that he's doing it. So those are three to follow. It's Complex, Duchess of State and Blue Spark. Let's go on now to our Where Are They Now?
Hello, my name's Graham Ellis. I owned a horse called Desert Dance some time ago. Beautiful horse. Had a lot of fun with the horse and won 4 races in South Africa. We then sold it to Mauritius and it did extremely well in Mauritius. A guy called Calvin Jupp, who was over there riding and doing this profession, rode it over there and won 4 on the horse in Mauritius. Did very well. Lovely horse. I wish I could have another one. I love the games. Beautiful.
If you've been involved in horse racing in South Africa but have either moved away, immigrated or retired, we want to hear from you. Send us a short 30-second video recording on WhatsApp and we'll flight it on the show. Clips can be sent to either James on 071 588 5769 or Paul on 083 779 1311. We look forward to hearing from you.
Well, there we go. Graham Ellis, a man who was involved with horses, as he spoke about, and he's got back into the game. Great to see. He was a very good footballer in his day, and he's back in the fold. Well done, Graham. Where are they now? Graham is back. Okay, let's go on to the plum of the week. This is always interesting, and you'll know more about it because the plum comes from your neck of the woods.
Came down to Durban, American Indian from the Stuart Pettigrew stable, and Stu didn't want to know, eh? Kept telling me American Indian can have a go, and it beats a good field. Silver's Bullets, no mug. He's had more hard luck stories than any of us have had in our lives.
Right.
Silver God, who's no mug either. Yamoto, I think, can still reel off a few more wins, and American Indian put them firmly in that place.
Yeah, let's have a look at it, and let's have a look at the sling.
Indians on the outside, and Silver's Bullet is also getting into the race. Down the inside is Silver God. 300 to go, American Indian, Silver's Bullet, and then comes Yamoto and High Green. But it's American Indian who claimed the lead over the last 100 metres. And American Indian leads it from Silver's Bullet, but American Indian not for the catching by a length and a half. Second, Silver's Bullet. Third, Yamoto, and then High Green.
Well, there we go. That was the plum of the week, American Indian, and opened up 2-1 this horse and started at the unusual odds of 53-20, but touches of 3-1 about this horse. And as you say, Stuart, very confident.
Yeah, very confident. Good trainer, Stuart.
Yeah.
Knows what he's doing with his horses. Also, brutally honest as well.
Yeah, you have to be.
He loves to tell the truth. And
No harm in that.
I enjoy spending the odd afternoon at the Pettigrew yard
Have a beer with him?
having a beer with him. Only Hansa for Pettigrew. Don't
Hansa,
don't even come with a bottle. Come with a can.
Is that right?
Yes.
I'll drink out of a can of Hansa. That's strange. All these quirks. Eh?
And doesn't bet on money. Bets in Hansa.
What's
with
his
his mates.
With his bottle store. Oh, with his mates.
With his mates, yeah.
With his mates. Yeah,
Yes.
he came down and won the Daily News.
Yeah, surcharge,
Yeah,
top
that's
horse.
right, top horse, and he's
Got
always
all those
been
pictures on his wall. Golden Globe. All those gold and all these Tyson.
Been a very good trainer over the years, man. So well done to him. That was our plum of the week. And don't forget, get yourself into bet, open an account. You get the stretch, you get the better odds, and that's the way you can make a couple of pounds, especially this week, the Vodacom Durban July week. But then let's move on. And our next segment is going to be current affairs.
Whenever anyone asks me for a shrewd tip, my first response is always to tell them open an Interbet account. That's the biggest certainty that I can give any punter with total confidence. Not only is it a good business, but it is interactive, exciting and great entertainment as well. My name is Snowy Brown. I'm a sports fanatic and I'm all about sports betting because of the unpredictability, the enjoyment of the team being the underdog and finishing first, or a team scoring the winning goal in the last seconds of a match to be the victors. The beauty about this is that if I'm betting on the soccer, I can use in-play betting, which allows me to bet across multiple areas of the game. Knowing I have full control of my betting spread and where my money goes gives me satisfaction that Interbet has given me the power to control my bets. In my opinion, Interbet were the pioneers of online and Mobi betting in South Africa and will continue to lead the way. Interbet, where the professionals bet.
Right, current affairs. Here we go. Another chat, and Alice and I are going to discuss a few things. We've only got one race to show you. That's the Langham and the Group 3 that was run down in Cape Town, because your call is going to be about the KZN breeders. And early in this section, we can talk about a lot of things. But first thing I'd like to just throw across the desk is obviously Hollywood Bets have come on board.
Yeah, and I've known Owen basically all my life because I grew up with his younger son Tyson, same age, went to the same school.
Tyson,
yes. Played in the same cricket teams.
Where were you at school?
St. Henry's, about 10 k's up the road.
Okay.
So
let's talk about you before we get on to this Hollywood Best deal. You're a Durban boy.
I'm a Durban boy, born and bred. Love coming down. Folks still live here.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you
grew up coming to Greyville, going to Clarewood, Scottsville, cutting my teeth there. I sort of lived the first 7 years of my life in a block of flats here on Cowie Road called Rebeck.
Rebeck?
Yes.
They took away the fun.
Yeah, they took about Jan and fun didn't exist.
The family went, the fun went.
I actually drove past it on my way here this morning.
Look the same?
Yeah, actually, yes.
Yeah.
Doesn't change. Probably got us at the same time, at the right time.
No, okay. Tell me about you're based in Gauteng.
Yes.
What's your usual week look like?
Oh, geez, it changes.
You're always over the place. We always see you.
No, it changes from week to week. I mean, Monday now that Brandon's come on board, Brandon does Kimberley. Unless there's PE racing, I'll I'll do PE on a Monday. Well, basically how it works is that Nico and I sit down and do the commentating roster, and we come up with...
From the studio?
No, well, wherever we need to be. Sometimes it involves breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Never Pettigrew's yard?
No, never at Pettigrew's yard. We actually did it at the Cox yard once.
That's right.
Yes, and he charged us for the paper. No, but we sit down, we go through the roster for the month, and we basically work out what's going to...
So who's going to call for the next week?
Me. I'm going back to Joburg Monday night.
No, I'm saying when you look at the roster, you work out who's going to call for the next week.
We do it month by month.
Oh, is it a full month?
Yes,
Sorry.
full month. And then
when do you go back?
Monday night.
Tonight?
Just after the show.
And when do you get back into town?
Gold Cup weekend.
Are you not here for July Day?
No, not here for July Day, because we've got July Day in Jersey.
Yeah. Are you calling that?
I'm calling that, and the next day as well, which will be a good meeting. There are a lot of nice races.
Always good.
A couple Pinnacle Stakes, 2 juvenile plates as well. But Nico, obviously, because of his role with betting, needs to come down to the July, look after the high road and punters and all that.
That's right.
So he does this thing, and he's good at that. He's a good talker, as our friend Nico.
Yeah.
So
he's excellent.
Yeah,
he's a good lad.
I've drawn the July Day in Jersey straw for quite a long time. I'm due. I'm due to be
for a Vodacom
2015 when Power King won. That was my last July. I think my first one was in 2005. I went to Dunford. I went to Eye of the Tiger 2006, 2007. I came for Hunting Tower. I missed the dead heat. I was in Rugby Tour in Joburg. That's
Rugby Tour. What were you, hooker?
Oh, I was Linesman. 2009, I came for Big City Life. It was freezing that day. 2010, Bold Silvano. I moved to Joburg a day later because remember 2010 was the World Cup. 31st of July, I think they had the July that year. 1st of August I started in.
So where do you call now during the week?
Obviously, I do about 40% of the Joburg meetings.
Okay.
So Val or Turf and
Who do you share them with?
With Nico.
Okay.
And then I do all the PE meetings from the studio.
From the studio?
Yes. With Bumpy doing it for...
Off the monitor?
Yes.
Okay. He does on course?
He does a full
Alan does all on course and you do?
Yes, yeah. And
have you ever called down there?
Yeah, plenty times. I went down to the Derby a couple of months ago. Go down for the Algoa Cup as well, and
Algoa Cup, I've won that.
Have you?
Yeah. Shining Rock.
Brilliant.
Jeff Lloyd, Shining Rock.
Jeff Lloyd and Paul Lafferty in PE.
Yeah, we went down, flew down with Matthew Lips.
Must have been a good weekend.
I had the worst prawn I've had in my life. I was in the sick bay most of the day.
Really?
Stuck my head out, watched it win, shuffled over to the winner's box and shuffled back to the sick bay. But there was one, so it cheered me up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I remember when you used to have horses in PE. Vet Bremner used to...
Yeah, I had a string down there. Vet worked with me. And Vet's the most wonderful person you'll ever meet. She's just a real sweetheart. And I said to her, whenever you're ready to take over, let me know and you can take over the whole lot.
She's done all right.
And she waited 6 months. She did. She waited and she said, okay, I'm ready. I said, okay, the lot, the saddles, everything are yours. We just took over the names. We just changed the name. I go to her. She's just that type of person. And she's doing fantastically well. She's got that.
Got to be the best raider in the country.
Absolutely.
Yes.
She is fantastic. She comes into town and gets the spoils, but she should be well supported. She's very talented and well taught.
Yes. Oh, well, she couldn't be a better teacher. But with regards
to still calls me boss.
Really?
Yeah. Still, hey, boss, how you doing?
A lot of people call you boss.
Not many. Okay. Not many.
But with regard to PE, funny enough, that is where I actually think I became a commentator. Because obviously for 7 years in Durban, I practiced commentating in the spare boxes at Greyville, Clearwood and Scottsville, cut my teeth, got to know what was going on, listened a lot to Sheldon and Craig and obviously Eric Denman when I was really, really young. Clyde Basil, absolute hero of mine.
Yeah.
Shaham Al-Herba, hero of mine. Yeah. David Raphael, overseas hero of mine.
Yes.
But it was completely by chance. I mean, I've been in Joburg for 3 or 4 months. Patrick Davis, who's back in Joburg, gave me a call and said, listen, Alan Schoolman's unwell. He'll probably be out for a month. He's got some laryngitis or whatever the case may have been. You need to go down and commentate in PE. I said, I've never been to Fairview. I wouldn't know how to get there. He said, well, you need to go down.
Plane normally.
Yeah, but from the airport to the racecourse.
Yeah.
And the first race I called at Fairview was down the straight, 18 runners at Fairview Racecourse.
First ever?
No. I'd called a few races in Kimberley, but that funny enough, that month that I went down for Alan while he was unwell was the catalyst for me deciding, well, I can do this.
Yeah.
Because totally foreign colours, foreign horses, big fields, race course, commentary boxes. I mean, obviously, I stepped into Fairview for the first time and Arlington for the first time then. And
I enjoyed racing there. I used to love it.
Oh, geez, the people.
Lovely people, fantastic. I remember once when I was down there, I used to go and present every second week. Bonsky did 1 week and I did the other week.
Yeah.
And invariably, Matthew Lips, who wasn't a handicapper then,
Yes.
was a scribe, he used to come down. He used to love going down there. And I used to get him on air because he's a font of information. And the one day they said to us, we've got a problem with the comms. You're going to have to do your preamble upstairs in the commentary box. So I'd never been to Commentary Box. So
Yes.
Lips and I get up there.
Was this Arlington or Fairview?
Ooh, I don't
Arlington up the dingy staircase?
know. Everything was dingy. Quite a big box. It was quite a big Commentary
Both
Box.
of them were quite big.
Okay, so we get up there and we meet Alan.
Yes.
Lovely lad,
Oh,
Alan.
wonderful.
And there's sandwiches in the corner that are turning up like Don Martin's
Still
shoes.
there?
Still there, those
Yeah, yeah.
sandwiches.
And a 2-litre Coke?
And I said, we got to do the preview. He said, I've only got the headpiece. I said, big pardon? He said, I've only got the headpiece. So can you imagine Lips and I now? I've taken this, stretched it over Lips's head.
Yes.
It's on Lips's ear. It's on my ear. I've got this mark here, and he's a chain smoker. So in between gagging and fainting bouts, we try and go through. I'll never forget that.
Brilliant.
That was PE for Lips and I back in the day.
Yes.
And so you now commentate 40% in Joburg. And
PE
have you
from
ever
the
been
studio.
asked to guest overseas?
No, but I have been approached. I've been in talks a few times.
Okay.
Singapore this time last year were interested.
Okay.
Hong Kong I've spoken to, and then Trevor Denman, obviously,
Yeah, of
when
course.
he and Sansa Anita had ended their spell.
Yeah.
Trevor sent me an email to say, basically, you're not going to get him. They've got that guy. But put your name out there. Send your CV. It can only do you a world of good.
Absolutely.
And got a bit of publicity in America. Got a few Twitter followers out of that.
Oh, good. Well, well done. Well done. All right. So that's your life story at the moment.
Yeah, and growing
you've
up.
really established yourself as someone who's synonymous with success. I think you're a wonderful race caller.
Thanks, love.
And a wonderful presenter. I was at the Racing Awards up at the Sales. You were magnificent.
Thank you.
Hollywood Bets, let's talk about them. They put in 10 million over 3 years. Fantastic injection.
Yes. Owns a racing man, and the empire that he's built is
Phenomenal.
Is
No,
incredible.
he's synonymous with success.
Absolutely.
What he's done. Wow, he really is a good lad.
And I was lucky enough, I mean, obviously through my friendship with the Heifer kids to
Yes.
go to the Breeders' Cup with Owen a few years ago.
Fantastic.
And what an experience. I mean, that was eye-opening. It was my first time I ever went overseas, actually. It was my first trip ever. In 2015 I went.
First time you went overseas?
First time I ever left South Africa.
Have you ever gone again?
Not to America, but I've been to Mauritius. I've been to Lesotho.
Start spreading those wings a bit.
I need to. No, I'm keen to go to
So,
Villa Park this
we've
Premier
got
League
them
season.
on board. You see the branding right round. They're going to be excellent. And,
Gravel's been painted purple.
wonderful. Let's have a look at the Langerman.
And I also worked at Hollywood during the holidays when I was in school. What was that?
What would you do for them?
I basically just took pieces of paper from one office to another.
Okay, let's have a look. We had this feature race down in Cape Town. It's a wonderful race, the Langerman. I've seen some very good horses come out of it. Let's have a look at the race, and Ellie and I and talk about it.
The Langerman. Gates are back, off and racing, and it's a pretty level beginning and a pretty good start for all. Finding Camelot pushes forward early on. He's the one that's going up for the lead, and Silver Operator is also up on the far side, getting a handy position early on in the race. King of Gems in the blue is also now pushing forward past runners to go up on the far side. They being followed then along the inside by Minnesota Dream, who's just a length or so off them. They're very compact up front. Racing just in behind that one, we've got Double Alliance, who's also right in touch with the leading group. Path of Choice in the yellow races in behind these. Snow Reports back along the inside, 5 lengths off them. And Double Alliance is the trailer. Finding Camelot finally wins the battle for the lead. Midway round the turn, they have 900 metres left to go, and King of Gems has gone up to race in second. Minnesota Dream back at the fence races third, and Silver Operator at that one's girth is in fourth. Snow Report has crept closer along the inside. He's back in that fifth position and 4 lengths off the leader. Djokovic races just in behind that. They're followed then by Double Alliance, who's well back, and Path of Choice sees them all. They're about to spin for home and come off that false rail. They have 480 metres left to go, and Finding Camelot brought the field for home. He's the leader in the centre of the track. King of Gems in the blue, the first one to move in and challenge. Silver Operator's hooked right to the centre of the course, and he's coming home well. In Double Alliance went for a gap and got badly squeezed. He had to check right out of it. They're plenty with chances. Snow Report also coming home hard towards the inside. Finding Camelot. Silver Operator's now in full cry, and Double Alliance after that check is trying to get into it. Snow Report, Silver Operator, these the two. Snow Report hanging tough. Snow Report in behind that. Silver Operator was back in second. Finding Camelot.
There we go, and hell of a race. Could have gone the other way. The favourite just didn't get there, but wonderful for Marsh and his partners and the Basses and up the inside.
Langerman's always a window for the future, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Rupert
Absolutely.
Langerman, the old scrub, and Snow Report, son of What a Winter. I think what won the race was that Bernard moved early up the inside rail because he was near the back of the field.
Yes, yes.
Decided to get on his bicycle early on the winter course. Silver Operator would not throw that away at all. He's got Cape Derby written all over him.
Absolutely.
I mean, obviously a lot of water to flow under the bridge between now and January, but he's a son of Silvano, so he'll only get better with distance and with time.
There's no reporters about limestone thoroughbreds. I don't know them.
Spencer Cook.
Is he limestone?
He's limestone. Kept
So he always wants to be in the limelight, doesn't
Yes,
he?
old Spencer.
Good old
And the
Spencer.
fifth horse, Double Alliance, was very unlucky.
Yes.
All completely closed.
Little horse, went for a gap.
Tiny little thing.
There was a race review, but no further action. And
Ramsden had a good weekend. That could have made it even better.
yes, yeah, we'll see Ramsden in action in your call. But before we end this chapter, I want to talk to you about the Vodacom Durban July. You're away. You're not on any panels down here. Any panels up there?
I'm doing the betting wheel panel from the studio. Myself and Lyle Hewitson will be linking up with the guys down
That's
here.
right, yes, I heard
so
that.
we've got Clyde, Mark de Kock, Justin Snaith, Anthony Del Pesh, Daryl Marie.
Yes, I
and
saw
then
the adverts.
Nico and Mark Shea will be behind the scenes offering special prices on Thursday night. And myself and Lyle will be up in Joburg linking up. Because I believe they all want to hear from Lyle.
And that will be on 239.
Yeah, that should be on Channel 2.
And what time do you think it'll kick off?
6:30.
Nice and early.
Yeah, so I've got a rush from the Val, which is a long way away from Rivonia.
Shoot past Pettigrew's yard. And
Yes,
go down to-
I've got to stop at Pettigrew's yard on the way home.
with your cans.
Yes.
And then up to the where you work from.
Yeah, we'll be from the studio. We'll be from the studio in Rivonia, yeah. So
Okay.
listen, it'll be a hell of a lot of fun.
Well, let's
a
talk
lot
about
of
the
banter,
race.
a lot
Let's
of
talk
special
about the race.
prizes.
Let's try and pick your brain before we listen to you at 6:30. It's a race where people are saying it could be maybe one or two top 3-year-olds going against two very established horses in numbers 1 and 2. Both of them have a lot going for them. How do you see the race?
This is going to be the strongest Vodacom Durban July in many years.
Do you think so?
It's super strong. I mean, Do It Again is obviously a multiple Grade 1 winner. Rainbow Bridge beats him in the Sun Met. Hawama's got to be the best horse I've seen through binoculars. He's a beast of a horse to look at just in his stable, but on race day and what he's done in his races was superb. When he won the Dingons, it was just his second or third start, and I called that race. Where he came from in muddy conditions was a superb performance, and he's been able to maintain that form. When he got beaten the Gauteng Guineas, yes, there were excuses. I don't think he should.
Yvette.
Yes, yeah, by a vet, by National
Boss
Park.
came through.
Correct. But then he was able to win the Classic. Obviously, things went awry on Champions Day when he got loose in the parade ring. That was.
Were you there? What actually happened? I thought he kicked
Well,
something.
my theory was that Gift for the Gap, Tyrone Zaki's horse, was also misbehaving in the parade ring, and the rider hadn't gone up on Hawam when that
There
horse
was Gav
playing.
Lorena that
Yes,
day.
and he can be a bit of a hothead.
Gav Lorena.
And Hawam.
Okay.
And yeah, he just got unsettled in the parade ring, too strong for the grooms, and ran straight through those plastic. Thank goodness they're plastic ropes.
Yeah.
Turfentine and Pumalela did a great job putting those up a few years ago.
Yes.
And he just meandered down to the 2,400 metre mark, stood there and said, "I'm ready." But I mean, obviously you can't take that chance.
Yeah.
And he
Sadly,
that in hindsight, might have
sadly, the winner died.
yes, Samurai Warrior under a great straight and ride. Wayo's wonderful with the stayers.
He's fantastic with stayers. Fantastic.
I think what Mark's done, which is absolute masterstroke, is bring him down for the Daily News and keep him here in Durban, not having to travel him up and down twice. And also Mark's obviously stayed down in Durban as well. And
Mark's the master.
he's
He
unbelievable.
just gets it right, you know. But again, as you say, what's against the horse? Hawam I'm talking about
Yes.
is a quirkiness
Yes.
that the Mark will be the first to agree with. We've seen that when he played up, which might not have been his fault on Derby Day. But even watching the gallop here, he's got an edge in where he gets very keen. I've watched his races. There's a stage where he gets very keen. Now he's got a master rider. And I think the key is, if he relaxes, he's near invincible.
Absolutely. I mean, the noise here on July Day, he probably won't hear anywhere throughout his life, Hawam.
No, that's right.
So, just got to curb that enthusiasm,
Yeah.
that happiness that he's got. And if all things are equal, he is the horse to beat. But it's a wonderful story to have his half-brother, Rainbow Bridge, being a live contender as well. I mean, he's a
Very
freakish,
much so.
He's a freakish horse. This time last year, he was earmarked straight away as a horse that can win everything.
Yes.
He was stiff in the Rising Sun Gold Challenge.
Yes.
That gap ended up closing in his
Do you
face.
know what's interesting? Talking about him, he had hung out in Cape Town.
And he
And he came and he hung in.
Yes.
He's still got that little hanging thing about him. So maybe his run will be up the inside.
And I'm really pleased that Eric Sands has found a good horse.
Very good trainer.
Very good trainer.
He's shown it for years. I remember when he trained for the chairman of Arsenal years ago. It was Flow by You or something.
Yes.
He was. Eric's a very good trainer. And so's Snaith, and so's De Kock, and most of these guys who've got horses in the
Terry,
field.
great trainer, Ramsden.
Terry Ramsden, all of them, they're very good trainers, so they deserve the respect. The quality of the horses. Now, Michael has intimated that he feels Boroheen comes into the race at the weights. What's your take?
Boroheen's obviously going to be very dangerous. Muzi will give him every chance. He's got the right draw as Boroheen because he'll have options. I mean, Hawam might just get caught up in that scrum because it's a free-for-all. I reckon 18 jockeys, the starter says heads up, 18 jockeys close their eyes and just say, right, for the first furlong, don't fall and let me just be okay.
Gladiators, are you ready?
Yes. Cyril Mitchley.
Cyril
Mitchley.
Remember Cyril Mitchley?
Brilliant. And Muzi will take no prisoners getting this horse into the right position.
Yeah, there's no give or take.
No, absolutely. His last win in the Jubilee was absolutely superb.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, Hawam won a Grade 1, beat Twist of Fate, who, by the way, is a very big run at Twist of Fate. And Boroheen beat Shenanigans. So, whether you can put them in the same boat, but after all, this is a handicap, 3 kilos is enough of a swing. And what we forget is that when Boroheen ran second to Hawam in the SA Classic, it was very well documented that Boroheen was not at his peak on that day. And if he could get within 5 3/4 lengths of Hawam not being at his peak and now getting 3 kilos.
3 kilos, eh?
It puts him into the picture. I'll tell you what, Boroheen, Al Muta Wakal, come Summer Cup at the end of...
Yeah, Al Muta Wakal, the winner won yesterday.
Yeah, still unbeaten.
He gave the runner-up, the Apache horse, gave him a race.
Apache too, that's a nice horse.
I'm sure that galloped with Boroheen in the gallops, you know that?
It did.
And
that's not such a secret, I'm surprised.
Well, you've got friends in the game, I'm a popular man. I just
People
ask
talk.
them. Yeah, I asked them directly, and people don't lie to me.
Yes.
Often. Okay, let's...
and by the way, the pace I think will be on.
Who's going to front?
Head Honcho I think will go.
Honcho.
Maybe Return Flight. She can be gutsy up front.
Yeah, she'll be in the vanguard.
Yeah, she's a good...
I think Head Honcho went a bit early in the Met, and they might just be a bit...
well, Head Honcho's drawn... probably be drawn 20 of Zilzal, or drawn 18 with Zilzal coming up.
It's a matter of going up there. There's no second decision for him.
Correct.
They got a bit of backstretch.
Keegan de Mello's got his instructions are known already. Okay. He knows what he has to do.
Okay. Yes. Let's hope he rehearses it. All right. Let's go on to your call, where we're going to be talking about the KZN breeders. They do a lot for racing, and they put up a lot of races for 200,000 for horses that have bred. They have the sale coming up this week, Thursday and Friday. Get down there, try and buy a couple of horses, because you'll be eligible for all these races, and Ellie and I are going to go through all of them from the 700, and of course the race on turf for R1 million. Let's go to your call.
Hi, my name is Gregory Blank. I'm an ex-stockbroker and involved in private equity and stock markets, but my passion for the last 40 years has been horse racing. Initially started off as an owner, we then got into breeding and then into trading, and obviously by default became a punter. The most exciting part, apart from eating as a winner, is having a winning bet at the same time. Obviously that's not always easy, but with the help of Interbet and their transparent information, it makes trading and betting a lot easier. I've had over 38 Group 1 winners and continue to try to strive for that thrill of having a winner. The thrill of owning a horse and winning a race is indescribable. But if they're serious about it and serious about punting, is to get a leg in and really follow Interbet to the max. It's the only way they can be ahead of the game.
Right, welcome to your call. As I said, we're going to talk about the KZN breeders and their race day that they had. We're going to go from roughly the 700 with the races. The only race there wasn't a breeders race in the day was race 3. And Ellie and I, you were down for the meeting, weren't you?
Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed the meeting. I'll tell you something else that was interesting. Yesterday I went out to Sabaya with Candice to go and have a look at the yearlings. Ooh, very, very nice. Very impressed. A lot of horses went onto the shortlist.
Lovely.
The breeders have done a good job. Sabaya is a great place, generally. But
no, you're living with a trainer?
Yeah.
Has it changed your sleeping patterns?
Big time. 5 o'clock every morning, the alarm goes off. The good news is that I can get back to sleep. I've never had a problem in bed. Very, very good in bed.
You've got that tired look all the time.
Yeah, really.
So 5 o'clock, that alarm goes, you turn over, but you're awake.
Yeah. Well, the dogs obviously come and say hello, the alarm's gone off, come on, can we go to the yard and all that. I'll go to the yard for third string.
So it's really changed your life, time-wise.
Loving it though.
You're loving it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, good for you. All right, so you guys went out and had a look at some horses. Let's get straight on to the first race of the day. And this was won by, is it Montreal Mist? I thought a terrific ride.
Yeah, great ride because it looked dead and buried.
Yes.
200 out. Virtuoso, it looked like it had its number, and Montreal Mist dug down deep, a daughter of soft falling rain. And a nice filly. I mean, when she won her maiden at the VAR, I don't think she beat anything substantial, but at least she's been able to kick on. She was probably a little bit flat in her first run in Durban when getting beaten by Hey Delilah, but she was able to reverse that form quite emphatically. Yeah. And when a horse has got heart and able to dig down and win a race that didn't look likely 200 metres out, is a good sign.
Yeah, let's go and have a look at this as I say, the first race in the card Saturday.
Virtuoso scraping paint third. Green Silks of Sir Sages 2.5 to track down. Miss Charlotte, Yoshida the Black Cap, and Carmella. Homeward bound, greeting the judge and crowd with 400 to go, and Montreal Mist the red cap in front, angles to the centre. Virtuoso goes in, Hey Delilah down the centre. Miss Charlotte's looking for a way through. Montreal Mist has a race on her hands because Virtuoso now comes alive on the inside. Virtuoso and Montreal Mist. Virtuoso goes on a neck. Montreal Mist is going to try and re-rally, and the favourite, Montreal Mist. Gavin Larino's looking to get more out, and I think she'll do it. Montreal Mist from Virtuoso, Miss Charlotte, and Hey Delilah.
Yeah, superb ride by Gav Larina, and the form horses came through. It's a good start for the day for Sean Terry.
And owned by Mary Slack and Michael Javid.
Yeah.
Massive supporters.
Great players.
Yeah.
Great players in the game.
Javid owned, which horse that won the July many, many years ago?
With Javid and Tenderini, would you mean Mazarin?
Yeah.
And a Font.
Font of everything.
Font.
Yes.
Okay, then, so that was pretty much the day opener. Then we went on to race 2, and this again was the KwaZulu-Natal Breeders' Juvenile Plate. Another 200 grand up for stakes here. And Enjoy the View was the hot favourite.
And probably rightly so, because coming out of feature race form. They ended up running third behind its stable companion, Ad Altissima. What a day for Vision there.
What a day.
He's always been on the map, but...
what a day, and the runner-up in the big race, in the Million Rand race, was a Visionaire. The thing that I watched this Enjoy the View go down, as I say, I was at home in bed watching, went down very keen with Arthur, and I thought, let's see how it plays in the race, and couldn't get a stablemate.
Yeah, I couldn't. And Ad Altissima probably deserved the win. Nothing wrong with getting a 125,000 rand check for getting out your maidens.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, and good ride from Luke Ferraris. He had a good day.
Yeah, the more big stake winning they put up there, the more the guys get out of it. But let's go and have a look at the second race on the card.
King Atara the green, Blonde Babe, Spirit of the Groove the grey. Further back is New Abbey, Ramsey, Able Surprise, 6 lengths to go. Ad Altissima coming to the 400. Enjoy the View back in second, just about to get a taste of the bit. And Ad Altissima's got a length and a half on Enjoy the View coming to the 300. Towards the inside, Blonde Babe. Ad Altissima, the stable companion, finds more. Enjoy the View, Spirit of the Groove is running on. Ad Altissima, the last 100. Enjoy the View and Spirits of the Groove. It's getting close. Ad Altissima, those going to win it. Ad Altissima by a head. Spirits of the Groove second, and Enjoy the View. Then came Blonde Babe.
Yeah, very good for Michael Roberts. A strong race for him, and young Luke Ferraris. He's a talented young rider.
Yeah, well, he's got the right blood.
Absolutely.
I love that Ferraris family. I mean, the grandfather Ormond Ferraris. Whenever I used to cross paths with him, it was give me some of your Jewish luck. I said, well, I'm not Jewish, but I'll shake your hand with pleasure. And then David and I chat quite a bit as well over WhatsApp. I mean, he's in Hong Kong, and I'm glad for Luke. Always comes to say hello. And Mace had a good race, first and third. Yeah. I hope he got the swingers and never took exactas.
I don't know if Mace is much of a gambler.
Isn't he?
No, he cheers his horses home, but I don't think he's a gambler, Mace. He just likes to get winners, you know.
Cheaper.
I don't feel about cheaper. Probably. He's still got the first pound a year, and I'd just like to get become his son when they hand out the money. Sure. Mace has made it. Well, he's doing it. Was the best rider I ever saw. Sure.
No, I was up here living here in Riebeck when Super Quality won the July, and I obviously didn't understand the implications of Mace winning a July, but I got to know about what he achieved, and that interview that I did with Mace Lyle and Gavin Larena about a year and a half ago when Lyle broke the record and won the championship. What Mace said, and the legacy and just the aura of the man when he was a jockey and what he achieved overseas. I mean,
champion
as
jockey
great as our jockeys are, there's not a jockey that can go to the UK and do what he did. They can go to Hong Kong, they can win all those races, and Hong Kong's where you want to go.
So Mace is the best I saw. He is just a genius on a horse. So well done to him. He's off and running with his training career. Race 3 wasn't a 200 grand race, so we go to race 4.
Won by the Sands from the Alexander stable, though, race 3.
That's right. Now, just while we're talking about it, obviously our condolences go out to the family.
Yeah, Duncan Alexander, what a human being.
Great man. Him and his wife, and I used to go to their box and talk to them, and superb people.
In the same seat every Saturday at Turfentine. And whenever I used to go down to lunch, I mean, it used to be the Werner's table, hello Lawrence, hello, everyone else was sitting there, Johan and the rest of them. And the next table was the Alexander table. And if Gary and Dean were down sort of saddling horses.
The twins.
The twins, the good brothers. One thing guaranteed, Duncan and Marge will be sitting there and just 5 minutes of just wonderful conversation.
Yeah.
You feel happy after seeing good people.
Yeah, they just, like I used to race a couple of times in their box, from right the way through, from the kids, from the mom and the dad, wonderful people, and it's a sad day.
It is sad, and great rider. I never saw him ride,
No,
but
neither did I.
the stories that I've been told, I mean, he was in a league of his own weight, 44, Duncan. I read on Turf Talk.
What, 44?
44 kilos.
He weighed 44?
He weighed when he was riding that.
Yeah, of course.
Yes. And, I mean, sure, that must have
That's
taken...
very light, especially if you look at Dean.
quite right. Well said. That came from Laff.
I enjoy the twins.
I know.
I'm very friendly with the twins, so I can always put the knife in.
Good boys.
Softly. Yeah, okay, so that was them.
Isn't that more painful?
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's go to 4th. Work our way through it. And a lot of people said it's a 2-horse race. You know, Arthur Marcus' Vision to Kill, who, funnily enough, I heard the commentator say something I didn't know, that I think all its wins have been a 5 furlong, Vision to Kill. And I didn't realise that. And they said it's run well over 6, but could be more effective over 5. And so I added Katikador in my pick 6.
Mm-hmm. Well, you were clever with
my soon-to-be defunct pick 6. But those are the 2 that I had. And I watched Vision to Kill. I thought a horse who's very slovenly at the gate.
Yes. She's a nearly girl, this Vision to Kill. I mean, look at her run the SA Philly Sprint. Magnificent run behind Celtic Sea.
Came from Toti.
Correct. I don't know if you've noticed this as a trainer, but just an observation I've made, when a horse runs above itself in a grade 1, their next run can be a little bit flat.
Yes.
It's hard for them to follow that type of performance up because they're so well and they run their heart out and everything else. Maybe that's what happened to Vision to Kill. I mean, she still earned enough money. But with regard to Katisador, She's been consistent. She's been a hard knocker. This is probably her biggest claim to fame. She ran second in this race last year behind Disinga Moya, who was in this race as well. And she got another 125,000 rand on the stakes draw. She'll be worth a bit when she goes off to start.
Absolutely. Let's go and have a look at the race.
Out of it, got 9 to make up. Towards the back of the field, Amber first. Amber with 5:50 to go. Celestina Torbanite. Singer Moyers on the outside, got 2 to make up. Katika Doors in the yellow. Vision to Kill's going to split down the inside, 4 to make up. Amber and Celestina coming to the 300. Katika Door. Vision to Kill is looking to warm up. Victory Trips on the inside. Wide open, Celestina. Katika Door's running a big race, and Vision to Kill. Katikador comes home best of all, and Katikador's burst away a length and a half. Vision to Kill's back second, but Katikador to win by 2. Vision to Kill, Nakia maybe third, and then Celestina is Singamoya.
Yeah, a good win in the end by this horse.
Daughter of Toreador out of November, 5-time winner, bred by the estate of the late Greg Royd and Turn. I think she'll be off to Bushel, if I remember the interview correctly.
Okay.
To go and be a mare there. And,
I got a couple of mares there.
Oh, really?
Nice people.
No, the renders are lovely.
Nice
Very
people.
accommodating when you go to them at the
very
sales.
nice people.
Moy River's God's country, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely. You know, this Vincent, and we need to get it big again. You know, I think invariably when Favros was here, it was a big province. You know,
Yes.
you need the big stallions. You know,
Sign of the times, I suppose.
yeah. I mean, you see what Mickey's done, being champion breeder year in and year out. It shows that you can breed a lot of good horses here. All right, let's move on. We've got a few races to go through. The next one we're coming up with is was race 5 on the card, and this was. Deserved success for Cookie Whitehead and hard to play.
Hard to play, very nice horse. I mean, he came in here the best weighted horse in the race as well. He had kept good company along the way, and minor features in Durban, and even travelled up to Joburg, beaten 6 lengths by Africa Rising. It's no mean feat in the Merchants. And this wasn't a mug field either. There were some horses. I mean, what I noticed going down to the start, this horse, Uncle Charlie's one to follow. He'll win a few races soon.
Yes.
And he ran midfield.
The curveball.
Yeah, another curveball.
Do you know that
as is hard to play.
96 mirror rate in the winner. The next one he went down to was 81, then it's all 70. So a lot of people like this and had young Mr. Zaki riding it. Let's have a look at the race.
Next day, 10 off the tempo. So Cumulus, if he pulls this out the bag, it'll be a brilliant performance after coming out the gates. Very awkward. And it's Cumulus, a length and a quarter. Hard to play is moving around Uncle Charlie. Constantine Kingsmead. Bravo Zulu looks to get closer. 300 meters to go. Cumulus, hard to play. Constantine, Uncle Charlie, and Kingsmead trying to come forward. Hard to play and towards the inside. Constantine, Cumulus. Hard to play is on the outside, and Constantine's a runner. Cumulus is trying to fight on. Hard to play, and Constantine, Cumulus, hard to play. The best weight, it'll pull it out the fire from Constantine, Cumulus and Kingsmead.
There we go. Deserved to win.
Curveball, very underappreciated stallion. Remember that all Searat from Robbie Sage's yard, went over to Hong Kong. And hard to play. Good win off the heaviest weight. He was the best weighted horse, but deserved a big win.
Yeah, well done to Cookie and her clients, and Jeff's colours, Jeff Perkins' colours. Well done to all of them. Let's move on now to the fillies. This is the 1600 for the fillies, and this was won by David Nieuwenhuizen. He came into town with a couple of fancied runners. Muzi Yeni on. Abilene, you know much about it?
Yeah, good gutsy daughter of Noble Tune. Muzi, and he seems to get a tune out of her as well, excuse the pun. I wouldn't say she went flat in her last couple of runs. Maybe the handicapper had got to her, but alas, these races are not handicaps. And she came here in fine fettle. She loved the potty, she loved Gravel, she loved Durban. And yeah, it was how you expected Abelia to win the race, because she'll never win by 10, but she'll dig down, she'll display her heart, and she'll get the job done sometimes.
All right, let's have a look at this.
Viva Pipa, She's a Dream, Biker Babe, Kilmokia, African Angel, and Saturn Slip will have to sprout wings from there. Homeward Bound, 400 to go, Liquid Irish, Classic God's the first one to attack, waiting for change to the inside, Abelia, Sweet Mary Lou, Liquid Irish, Classic God, waiting for change, Abelia, Sweet Mary Lou's coming around them, She's a Dream, Abelia runs a big race at the 200 meter marker, Liquid Irish, Classic God, waiting for change. Still Liquid Irish in front, Abelia's on the outside. Liquid Irish and Abelia, these are the two, but Abelia's going to get there from Liquid Irish. She's a Dream, Caritage.
Well, a good check for David Nieuwenhuizen and Muzi Yeni and the clients. And the Noble Tune came through to win, and as you say, tough horse.
Yeah, very tough horse, hard as nails. 3-time winner now, earnings over 350,000 Rand, and she'll win a few more as well.
Yeah.
And nice for the owner, Bobby Rajanan, lovely man.
You know, a lot of times people come down for these races the first time they're going on poly, and suddenly they realise, I can raid now. These horses handle the
there are always
surface.
question marks, always got to be doubts.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's move on to Million Mile. This was the only race that was run on turf during the afternoon, and Joey Ramsden, he's a top trainer. He knows how to get them ready for the big ones.
It's amazing how he finds one every year. I mean, I wouldn't say Morning Catch was the one from the crop,
yes,
but he's performed with this horse. And also, we've got to give credit to Alton as well, who runs the show in Joburg. I think he prepared this horse because Morning Catch had been in Joburg as well, and he's an important cog in the Ramsden wheel.
Yeah, now this is a good stake. Let's go and have a look at this one.
Traffic problems when he starts up his motor, 7 to make up. Coming to the 600 meter marker, Morning Catch by a half. Anton Marcus about to set Unagi alight, and here comes Unagi to attack. On the inside for the last time, Derby, Vane Kelder, the Dazzler, Matador Man, hooked to the grandstand side, Africa Rising. Unagi set sail for the judge, coming to the 300, has first run. Morning Catch, Matador Man's now got to pick it up, he's still 4 lengths off them. And it's Unagi the one to get to. Morning Catch on the inside, Matador Man nowhere to go. The Sultan's Bazaar's launching attack on the inside, and Morning Catch is coming right back. The Sultan's Bazaar and Morning Catch not going to split them. The angles at Morning Catch. Sultan's Bazaar on the inside, it's very close. Morning Catch came back, might have his nose.
Well, there we go, and well done. Morning Catch, showing great resolution in the finish. The horses were trying hard all round. Had a great run by the Sultan's Bazaar, the Visionaire, Wayne Calder over the mile, up close, and Africa Rising came from off them.
Son of Await the Dawn this Morning Catch, out of a Jetmaster mare. I know many pedigree fundies just say, out of a Jetmaster mare, got to have a look, got to be
Got to have a look, that's so true. And Await the Dawn, a very sad loss, where the twins had a derby winner.
Yes, Hero's Honour.
Hero's Honour,
Hero's Honour by Await the Dawn. Yeah, he was just starting to ripple the water.
Yeah,
And then
that's
he went.
right.
Good ride from Marco van Rensburg as well. He's strong.
He is strong, and he keeps booting them home, Marco. Well done, twins.
Great run from the runner-up, the Sultan's Bazaar. Fantastic run, ran well above himself. Vane Calder over this distance, acquitted himself well. I think this was one of the stronger KZN breeders, million miles in a while.
Yeah, third, fourth, and fifth at high merit ratings. Okay, let's go on. We've got 2 to go, guys. And this is where we saw Caliente, Dennis Dry, and Sean Veal. Let's go and have a look at this race, and we'll talk about them.
Sovereign Soldier, the Private at the Opera, Sea Urchin continues to be worked upon around runners. Homeward Bound, 400 to go, changing seasons, he's been here and done it before, a length and a quarter. Vincent looms large, final attempt, Caliente gets a beautiful split, the pink cap, and comes alive. That's the horse to beat now. Caliente from final attempt, Vincent's on the outside, Sea Urchin's been pulled out the race, and Caliente goes for home. Noble Joshua's trying to close in, but it's Caliente fending them all off the last 100, and there's no stopping Caliente. Final attempt will come out second, Sovereign Soldier, and then perhaps Noble Joshua. Sea Urchin ran last.
There we go, and another Visionaire.
Another Visionaire cleaned up. It's a boost for the Alquez form line as well.
That's right.
Came out of that progress plate, that messy progress plate on the 12th of May.
That's right.
And yeah, he franked that form. Nice ride from Sean Veal. He looks, this horse I'm talking about, not Sean Veal, looks like a big horse that will keep on improving. He'll do all right as a 4-year-old.
Absolutely. Well, a nice check for them. Well done, and well done to owners, the trainers, everyone involved. Another big check, and then was there one more?
Yeah, race 9. We left the piece of paper.
Yeah, I haven't got my race. You got the book there?
Yes. Pollard for the Tony Riverland stable. A double for Sean Veal. Hard fought win.
Just check if they have got this on the list. Have you got race 9 on the list? Yeah, they have. So tell us about Pollard.
Yeah, Pollard, another Visionaire, bred by Summerhill, in the colours of Mary Lally. Double for Sean Veal. Tony Riverland trained the son of
Tony's
Visionaire.
been on form for some time.
He's had a very, very good year.
Good year.
Been around for a long time, so he knows what he's doing.
Oh yeah, he's a smart man. He has got some good horses coming through. And
Trustful. I'm looking forward to seeing Trustful on Saturday.
Yes. Let's have a look at this last race, the 9th.
About to get a taste of the steel, got about 8 lengths to hunt down. Homeward Bound coming to the final 550, Hayaku's there by 3. Pollard second, Festive Lingari. Master Magic, green sleeves and cap hooked around them before noon. Coming to the 400 metre marker, Hayaku tackled by Pollard before noon. And here's Master Magic coming to the extreme outside, 2 to make up, but he's coming forward now. Pollard hit the front and Master Magic now asked to run. Pollard and Master Magic, 150 to go. Pollard by a neck, now Master Magic gets alongside. Anton Marcus and Master Magic, Pollard and Sean Veal come back for more though, and Pollard's going to pull it out from in second, Master Magic, Throng and before noon.
Yeah, there we go. Tony Riverland and Mary teaming up. Sean Veal, the double. Gutsy ride.
Very gutsy ride. One thing about Sean, he's hard to get past.
Yeah,
he
tough as teak.
Yeah, absolutely. And Pollard, good win from him, now a 2-time winner. He won his maiden on the 1st of March. So obviously a big step up and was able to do the job. Master Magic is a nice horse. I wouldn't be throwing him away. I always had my doubts about him at Gravel. I did say to Warren and Kevin when I was on during the day, I said Master Magic, obviously the horse to beat, but short, tight turning Gravel course, bit of a question mark. Looked like he was a winner 200 metres out. Looked like he'd win for all of King Midas's gold, but Pollard was able to keep him at bay.
Excellent. Ellie, I want to thank you very much for coming in and helping out. It's a pity you're not going to be here on Vodacom Durban July, but you've got your guests to entertain up there. And we'll see you down this neck of the woods again soon.
Absolutely. I'll be down for Gold Cup Day. Looking forward to that. But yeah, when it comes to commentating, I'll commentate everywhere, anywhere, every day.
Still love it.
Absolutely love it. What I've always wanted to do. And yeah, just give me those binoculars.
And away we go.
Lend me those binoculars.
Borrow me those binoculars.
And I'll be on my way wherever they want me.
Ellie, thanks very much.
Thanks, Lef. Thanks for having me.
There you go. That's your call for this week. Don't forget, we've got a lot coming up this week. We just let you know that there's at yearling sales on Thursday and Friday at Sabaya. We've obviously got the biggest race on the continent coming up with the Vodacom Durban July. Try and get down here, try and have a bit of fun, and we'll see you next week.